Welcome back. Let's play some 10-minute games here on Shogi Wars. Drop the lance on the back rank. Good luck. That is because a lance has the same range, no matter where you drop it on a file. There's quite a few reasons to drop the lance further back. Well, okay, we're just gonna castle and pretend this is normal. It is exciting. Hmm. Oh. Well, lucky us. We get to explore something confusing today. And it's not entirely my fault. I laugh because, oh, man. I thought they were going to exchange rooks and just utter chaos happens as I drop the rook down here. Apparently not. That's not what they were trying to do here. Even so, I don't know about this. Something doesn't look right. Something doesn't look quite right. So we're just going to target the king and checkmate it and start the next game. That's the plan. It's so subtle. Hmm. If I just push here, am I doing well? I think I am. Am I doing better if I do it this way? I think so. What is my opponent doing? Let's find out. Okay. Oh no, my rook. No, that is actually
7分
not trivial. So now what? That is a fork. What do we do? I don't know. Hmm. Why did I do that? I guess I just feel compelled to see something exciting. But, um, decisions have consequences. Yeah, alright, thanks for the game. 1 down, 2 to go. I got smoked. They played that entire game in 1 minute. I have so much to learn. Good luck. Let me check my volume level. Okay, it is slightly loud. I fixed it. Let's push this. So, it is said that all good things must end. I don't want to be all gloom and doom about it, but the formula I'm doing is quite entertaining, but I'm not learning from it. Maybe I'm at least inspiring other people to try playing the game. Maybe. Welcome. But yeah, this format is... I'm just not putting in enough time and effort to study systems and improve. Like there I played opposing rook, but I don't know opposing rook strategy and I got smoked. Here we're playing some hybrid third file central rook strategy, but the opponent has moved their bishop out early. And I don't claim to know this shape. I could take the pawn. Like, I don't see any reason to avoid this. Other than I could castle first, but I don't see profit in castling there. So I'm just going to take a pawn and hope that I can attack somehow. But yeah, welcome. At least this is entertaining. I miss when I used to just be able to play on 81 Dojo and other platforms, and people would still show up and find that entertaining too. Somehow it seems more rewarding than whatever I'm doing here. And this is why I said I could have castled. Not that I saw this particular tactic, but this general idea that my position is quite vulnerable. And you castle so you don't have such a vulnerable position. It was something that I was aware of, even if I missed the particular tactic in question. It'd be a different story if the king had an open diagonal here. And I could fork these pieces and win a dragon, but that's not the current situation. Opponent might drop the gold here. Yeah. And this looks fast, but I don't think it's that fast. If I run away, it still takes them some time to chase my rook. Well, sometimes like 2 turns. Yeah. If I had just gone here with the rook directly, their attack would be faster. So I am trying to finesse things even as my ship is sinking. If they drop the knight way out here, at least I have a castle. I could drop a bishop and attack somehow. Yep. Transparent. Okay, so here, let's move my rook to safety. What's the knight doing here? Did you really want a knight? We're learning what the values of the pieces are. That stings a lot. I'll defend. They could drop a pawn, but the gold is hanging. I still think if they dropped a pawn on the knight's head, that would have been the fastest attacking move they had. Yeah, this is slower. By one move, but it is slower. So, my knight escapes. They have another rook. Like, my back rank is collapsing. But it'll take some time for the opponent to win this. And maybe I can take this pawn if they give me a turn or two. Actually, my knight is almost threatening that. So this all comes down to I should have castled before attacking. I took a pawn, and if I just built a castle, none of this would have happened.
7分。
Well, if I do learn from this, then we can later call it a learning experience. Yeah, they're piling everything up on this square. I'll attack the rook and the pawn. If this escapes all the way back, I can drop a gold to trap the dragon. This is so bad. Do I even continue this? Do I just resign? I might be able to weather the storm. Extremely unlikely, but maybe. We'll try this. It looks desperate because it is, but next I threaten to drop a gold. I can defend my camp indirectly here, but it's not going to last. Mm-hmm. Alright, so I got a pawn, and I defend my king. And suddenly the hidden point of this that I didn't see until after I played it is revealed. I get one tempo. I'm not going to be able to do anything with it, but it's mine. I don't understand why they bothered doing that. If they follow up with dragon takes, that at least there's some logic to it. But yeah, this is...
5分
I'm not sure that this is the journey they wanted here. This knight is far from my king. If I exchange many pieces, I'm in trouble. So let's just not exchange many pieces. And maybe I'll be okay. If I drop a pawn, they drop a gold. If I just run, I'm better off. Then they drop it here and then take immediately. Dropping the pawn doesn't change that dynamic. Oh. It's an illusion. I'll just run. It's no better or worse. But this gold drop, I don't have a way to counter. Rip me. Because I can't defend my rank. We'll put up a performative defense. So if they make errors, I can try to survive this, but I can't expect errors to happen. Silver drop, king over, bishop check, king over again. If they had one more piece, they'd have it. I was alternatively thinking maybe if I push this pawn instead of trying to defend, maybe that would have worked, but it seems just as likely to get me in trouble. They could drop a gold here, maybe? I don't know. Because I am threatening to, like, start building a castle if they do nothing. Right. They get my knight anyway. Mhm. I could have taken the bishop. I don't think it was good enough. But yeah, if they drop a knight here, what am I supposed to do? Well, they didn't. Now we get something interesting. I assume I need to capture this.
$3分
Yeah. This is unfortunate. I'm so close to almost having a castle. This is why we teach beginners to castle. Silver takes knight, check. And I am done so. Their attack is swift as lightning. I have many pieces, but they can't save me now. And I don't have a knight. If I had a knight, maybe I'd have a chance.
2分30秒
Well, at least we got to drop the lance on the back rank today. We did one thing right.
2分
Do I take this gold? I assume so. What a mess. Hmm.
1分30秒
What a mess. Night drop. Oh, even that night drop looks good. Um, there. We built a wall. Finally. Finally, I have a wall intact. At least for 1 second.
1分
Yeah. Oops, whatever. There's no need to allow me to do that.
30秒。
Ah! Wait. Wait a minute. ちょっと待って。Hang on. Wait, that's not attacking the other piece. Whatever. Alright, well this is exciting, all of a sudden. Don't ask me what's going on. I wouldn't know.
20秒。
That ain't it. Maybe.
10秒。
Thanks for the game. 2 down. 1 to go. Good luck. Alright, so again, today's proverb was drop the lance on the back rank. Although I think I've seen it translated drop the lance at a distance. It doesn't necessarily need to be the back rank, but just usually that's where it ends up going. No, no, no. We're going to activate our pieces. Even if it takes me a second to understand what I'm doing. I'm going to take the 5-5 point. Am I not? Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm just going to go here. They over-defend. I've got them concerned about my attack. If I have an attack. So they have 3 pieces defending this square. I have rook, pawn, silver, and bishop attacking it. Yeah, this is the time to push. This is the critical window. Again, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna go. Maybe I can't count today. I don't know. But to me, it looked like I counted this correctly. They're not going to move the knight out. Nobody... I've never seen anybody jump the knight in this kind of position. And if the knight's not jumping, then I can float the rook elsewhere. Suddenly my position seems incredibly vulnerable. Welcome. Um... Hmm. So I did remove the silver and I tried to break through on this file, but I did not prepare my attack properly, and now my position is dire. I could drop a bishop here and a silver there if my opponent's not paying attention. But what are the odds? Like, first of all, if the bishop retreats, I have to do something about my hanging rook, which immediately it prevents my plan. Or if I drop the bishop and the silver, I win the rook for a silver and for a rook and these pieces. That doesn't seem worth it. Wait, no, if they retreat this, I could drop a pawn to intercept. Huh. Yeah. Maybe there is something here. Maybe there is. Arguably, if I was going to sacrifice the rook, I should have just left it here and dropped the bishop here directly and then dropped the silver. And that would have mitigated my material loss. But if I dropped the bishop, they could have just run their own rook out, and suddenly my bishop is trapped too. Although then I sack the rook and then bishop takes gold. That's interesting. There's a lot to consider that during the game I did not consider. And having failed to consider it, the game has moved on without me. I'm gonna play what I see, but it's not looking good. Again, if they're not paying attention, I can sack the rook, but... Oh, well. Could also sack the bishop. Okay, well, here we are. That's an invasion. I could drop a gold and then take this. Yeah. This is strong. If the king moves over, the only piece defending this gold general is the silver. So when I take the silver, then I get to take this gold next. If the king blocks the rook, I get to take the silver this way. And that's game. Thanks for the game. Shogi's a tough game, I'll tell you that. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.